Welcome back to my channel. Making this video again, we're talking all things wedding because I made this the other day and I just talked for way too long and it was making myself crazy listening to myself talk. So we're back redoing this today. I don't have very much time, so hopefully it'll make me not talk as much. First, welcome if you're new here. My name's Avery. I am 22 years old. Me and my husband got married about a month and a half ago. One thing about our situation is we planned our wedding in 4 months. So we had a very quick engagement. So that's what I wanted to talk about. How we planned a wedding. I've gotten a bunch of questions. I'm gonna actually answer the questions I got on my Instagram. A little Instagram question box to see what kind of questions you guys had, because I had a lot of questions about, I mean, obviously how we planned it in 4 months, things we did, things I regretted, all that kind of stuff. So I just thought it would be more fun if I just answered the questions instead of like trying to go through the whole timeline, because that's what I tried to do in the first video and it was just very confusing. The question I get all the time is about wedding dress shopping, because most of the time you have to get your dress months and months in advance, and I ended up ordering a dress, my first dress, and then everyone knows I changed my mind on my dress. Like 2 weeks before my wedding, I ordered a brand new dress and it was a whole situation. I didn't really love my dress, so the one I ended up wearing, I'll put in a picture of what it looked like. This dress was from Michelle Mason. Going wedding dress shopping is so much fun, but I didn't love it. I knew I wasn't really gonna love it. That's not really my thing, is like trying on dresses. It was fun, a lot of fun, and I think every bride needs to go wedding dress shopping. I know some girls like absolutely love it. Wasn't really my thing, but I have a couple websites if you're wanting to order your wedding dress. Mine was from Michelle Mason, which they have very cute silk simple dresses. And then Park and Fifth, and then Anthropologie has so many like Jenny Yu dresses, or I don't know how to say her last name, but so many dresses. So I would definitely recommend Michelle Mason, Park and Fifth, and then Anthropologie. Wedding so fast, 4 months just worked for us because my husband is still in school. So someone asked, how did you get engaged and have the wedding so fast? So beforehand, we sort of knew we were gonna get engaged this summer. Like, we had been together for 7 years at that point, so we obviously talked about getting engaged. We were sort of like in between. My husband was either gonna continue playing baseball or become a coach, so we knew either way he was gonna be very busy this like right now. So when we got engaged in July, we knew we could either do it soon or wait a while. So once we found out he was gonna be like on a school schedule, we were like Thanksgiving break, Christmas break, or summer break, and I just really wanted to get married. I didn't want to do long distance anymore because we're from Florida and now we're in Virginia because where my husband goes to school and coaches. Long story short, we had no other choice but to get married fast. With help from everyone. I swear so many people came through and helped us so much. So my mom literally couldn't have done anything without her. My sister, we had a friend who was our wedding coordinator, amazing, and then my cousin is a florist. That's how we planned our wedding in 4 months, because we had so much help. Did you have a wedding planner? Yes and no. We didn't have a full wedding planner. She reached out to me because I was asking her some questions, because she is a wedding planner, but for like big bougie weddings, and that's just not what we were having. So I reached out to her asking a question, and she offered to help us a bit and then also be our day of coordinator. So like 2-3 months before, she helped us just sort of do like make sure we were on track with everything. And then I highly recommend having a day of coordinator. She was there the day of, telling everyone what to do, what time the boys should be there, and all that kind of stuff. She actually made a whole timeline for our wedding day. I'll actually put that in the description along with like my Amazon storefront of stuff we used for the wedding and stuff like that. So that will be down in the description box, our whole timeline, just if you need an idea for like how long it should take you to get ready, yada yada yada. I feel like I always was looking those up on TikTok or Pinterest to see a timeline. So that is the one she created for us, and the whole day went very smooth. Planning / saving before you got engaged, did you DIY and was it cheaper? I was not saving. I just want to be super transparent that my parents paid for our entire wedding. I bought a few things here and there, like my bridesmaids dresses, my flower girl dresses, small stuff like that, but nothing for the actual wedding. So no, I wasn't saving, but also in the same way I was saving to move with my husband. So like financially for us to live, that's what we were saving for, but that doesn't really have anything to do with the wedding planning. There's definitely ways to make it cheaper. Some of the things we splurged or spent on, a big spend was obviously the venue. We had it at a golf club, so it was definitely very, very expensive. We couldn't cater our own food. We had to get it through the venue. So that was definitely a splurge. If I recommend anything, find a venue where you can cater your own food. We saved a lot on my dress. Going into like my bridesmaids dresses, I found those on Amazon. They were beautiful. I'll have all this linked below. Like I said, flower girl dresses were relatively a good price from J. Crew. We saved so much on just like our wardrobe. And then I did my own makeup, which was definitely a big save. And then all my bridesmaids did their own hair and makeup. So we just had a hair girl there for me and like our moms, me and my husband's mom. We saved a lot on that sort of thing because my bridesmaid stuff, pretty cheap, hair and makeup, really decent price. But the main thing was that we spent a lot of money on was the venue. Last thing that saved us a lot of money is going on Canva to make all of our signs. I'll put up some pictures of all of our signs. My sister is my saving grace in this and made all these signs on Canva, and then we sent them to FedEx to get printed on a poster board. If you guys have more questions about that, I could maybe make a video on how we did that. She is absolutely amazing. So you go on Canva, make the sign, and then upload it to FedEx, and you can pick it up in a poster board. Saves a lot of money. Your registry, I will link my Amazon registry, and we also had Crate and Barrel, so I'll definitely link those just for you to get an idea. A lot of stuff on there is home and kitchen things because we were moving into a new place. You pick your bridesmaids and not have anyone feel left out. So I think all my bridesmaids are pretty much not my only friends, but my only like super close friends I've been friends with for a very long time. So I don't think anyone felt left out because all of my friends, I have very recent friends because we've moved and I've made some new friends, and like we were friends like either right when we got engaged or during. So I don't think really anyone felt left out. So I'm very grateful to have like the amount of bridesmaids I had 7 bridesmaids and then 2 junior bridesmaids. It felt perfect. Those were my friends like all growing up. So I don't think really anyone felt left out. I know it's hard, but don't just have someone in your wedding because you think they're gonna feel bad. That's my tip. I got some questions about florals, and I hate to break it to you. I know flowers are so expensive, but my cousin is literally a godsend, and she flew in. She's a florist and did all my flowers. But there's definitely ways to save money with flowers, and if I were to not have her, I would have bought vases from Amazon and done 1 white rose. I'll put up some Pinterest pictures. I think it's beautiful. You'll save a lot of money. I can't even talk about this because she literally is so amazing. So that's my tip. If you're trying to save money and also use greenery, it's cheaper. We went about the guest list was we wrote down all of our family members. My husband has a humongous family, so We originally invited 180 people and I think 120 people came to the wedding. So how we did the guest list was I didn't want to be meeting anyone that I didn't know and vice versa, like meeting my husband's family or my husband meeting my family. I think it happened with like one person on each side, which is going to happen like with spouses and stuff like that. But I know a big hot topic is plus ones, and we actually did not allow plus ones unless their name was on the invitation. So if I knew both, my husband has a lot of friends from being on so many different baseball teams. So if I knew his friend's girlfriend and we were close, like we've talked to each other, we actually are like mutuals, they were invited if they're engaged or married. But sadly, some of my husband's friends that I just don't know the girlfriend, Aiden doesn't know the girlfriend, they did not get a plus one. And at the end of the day, it's just what we had to do. Do we wish everyone could get a plus one? Yes, but if we didn't know them, they really had no reason to be at our wedding, if that makes sense. Not in a mean way, but it's expensive. Questions about if we hired a DJ. My brother actually was our DJ for the whole wedding. He was the DJ for the dancing, and then he, for our first dance songs, actually played the guitar and sang for me and my husband's first dance, the father-daughter dance, the mother-son dance, and then another question is how we involved our siblings. And my sister was the maid of honor, my brother was the DJ, so we definitely involved them there. My husband has a brother that was his best man, and then my husband's little sister, they actually danced. So they had a little first dance because they have a very big age gap, and it was actually the cutest thing ever. Everyone was bawling their eyes out. So highly recommend if you have like a big age gap with your sibling and like they mean a lot to you. Obviously every sibling means a lot to you, but it was the cutest thing ever. Did you make it stress-free and enjoyable? This is a question I got a lot, and I guess I'm quite type B, I would say, but there was definitely moments in the planning that I freaked out on my family. But at the end of the day, I wasn't really worried about if the song shut off or if something went wrong or any of that, because I knew it was all gonna work out. My mom and sister did help a lot with the planning. And then we also had our friend who was our wedding coordinator who literally went above and beyond to help us. But once you have it all planned out, literally it's done. There's nothing else you can do. Just enjoy the day, and at the end of the day, you're marrying your best friend. So whether or not stuff goes wrong, it's still gonna be the absolute best day ever. So just look at it like that it's one day of your life. It doesn't need to go perfect because it will be the most perfect day no matter what happens. I think I'm gonna answer a couple more questions. A lot of questions about where we got our invites. I highly recommend Minted. Code, if it still works. I think it's like AVERY20. I'll put it on the screen, whatever it is, if it still works, but I highly recommend Minted. And then I also recommend the app Postable, because Postable is a way to get all of your guests' addresses and phone numbers and stuff like that. So Postable, first get Postable and then go on Minted to create your save the dates and invites. So easy. I highly recommend, like, don't try and do it yourself. I promise you don't want to write your address. The address is on every single envelope. I promise. Just pay the extra money for Minted. Wedding food, we had a taco bar. It was Taco Tuesday. We had our wedding on a weekday. Makes it cheaper. And we had a taco buffet. It was easy, yummy. Can't go wrong with tacos. We had cute little Taco Tuesday menus. Perfect. Another question I get all the time is about photography and videography. I think a videographer, I also had a content creator. So the difference, videographer gets like the nice cinematic, looks like a movie video. Content creator filmed the whole thing on her phone. If you're, I don't know, it's so hard because I love the content creator footage because you got it right away, you got it right on your phone, you can make your own little videos. Also, the videographer footage, so good. So I don't know what I would pick. Maybe if I were to tell you, if like you don't really want like such a high quality video, maybe just go content creator route. I know that sounds horrible, but I want both, so I'm just extra, yes. But I'm gonna have I had 2 photographers, like a regular photographer, a second shooter, a videographer, and then a content creator. That's definitely a lot and not needed, but I'll have them all linked below, their Instagrams, because they all did such an amazing job. I just want to give them a shout out because I look at our pictures from our wedding every single day and I'm so grateful. So I just want to give them a little shout out. So there'll be a lot of stuff linked into the description, like Amazon storefront, all my registries, a link to the timeline of our wedding, and all my photographers and videographers. So I know that's a lot, but last question I'm gonna answer because I've been talking for a long time, and if there's any more questions, I'd love to answer them. But pros of having a smaller wedding, like I said, we had about 120 people there. The most perfect amount. I wouldn't want to change it. We knew every single person there. Like, we could go up and give them a hug and say, how are you? And it was the best time ever. I don't think I would have wanted other people there. I'm sure there's some people that I'm like, I wish, but I got a new charger. But like I said, I'm sure there's some people there that I wish, or there's some people that weren't there that we wish we could have invited. But I definitely recommend having a smaller wedding than a humongous wedding with all your parents' friends that you don't even know. It just makes it more intimate and you can have as much fun as you want. You don't feel like anyone's judging you, yada, yada, yada. Rapid fire of answering a lot of wedding questions as best I could. I feel like I definitely have missed out on a couple things, but I just wanted to give a rundown answering your most asked wedding questions. And yeah, I'm so excited. Oh, anyway, thank you guys for watching this whole wedding video. I know there's so many more questions I could answer, so maybe I'll have to do a part 2. But thank you guys for watching and listening and tagging along and being so supportive of me and Aiden and loving on our wedding so much. It was truly the best day ever, and I'm just hope I could help a little bit answering some of my questions. I know planning a wedding can be so stressful, but it's also going to be the best day of your life, so just enjoy it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later.